Yeah, when I started working with this idea, it was just me. But I've always had this idea since I started doing it. Maybe it's just because I think, like a choreographer, that it would be really beautiful to see a group of dancers creating a giant drawing together in unison, like synchronized drawing, like synchronized swimming. And I've always felt when I choreograph that the dancers are my paint. So this is actually just a more literal way to show that idea. My name is Heather Hansen, and I'm an interdisciplinary artist based in New Orleans. I've been invited by the Louisiana Arts and Science Museum to show my work for the upcoming Prospect 3 Art Biennial. Harmonic will be a unique, immersive, 360-degree full dome screen film. Expanding on a previous body of work I've been developing, using other dancers to create more elaborate and interconnected choreographed patterns. I'm incredibly excited for this opportunity to develop this piece, and I've assembled a group of incredibly talented artists and experts and technicians who I am confident will help me carry this out.
My name is Christoph E. Jackson. I am both a scientist and a musician. I completed my doctoral work where I looked at the intersection of arts such as music, science, and engineering.
Through conversations with Christoph, we have come up with a structure for the film that will be divided into 6 parts based on the 6 elements that are needed to form life.
And when we're studying elements, we all know that each of them have their own personality in a sense. They have their electromagnetic, they have a certain number of valence electrons, they have certain ways that they behave. Well, what do we call a fundamental element of behavior in people? Personality.
Something that I want to show with the choreography of these drawings and the dancers is how these different personalities interact and offset each other and create beautiful harmonies together.
There's elements, there's atoms, even in the air that we can't see, and they all have their own frequency of energy. And I think it'll be wonderful to actually show that relationship in a much more tangible way.
I will also be working with Brian Tarnowski, who has been my collaborator from the beginning of the Empty Gestures series, and he will be the director of photography for this film.
For the last year and a half, I've seen her work evolve, and this is totally new territory for both her and I. I'm working with several cinematographers to help me execute the shots that I envision, and even more importantly, we've got some of the best post-production guys down here in New Orleans to help do all the post-processing that's required to project for a dome.
Shooting live action for a planetarium dome is relatively new territory.
There's a lot of highly specialized camera equipment that's needed. In addition to the cameras, there's a lot of really difficult rigging and lighting that's required to get an even shadowless stage for the dancers to perform on. Due to the unique challenges that are presented by shooting live action for a dome, the crew, the camera systems, the rigging, the lighting, all requires a lot of money. And that's where you guys come in, and I would love for you guys to get on board.
Artists and scientists never really get an opportunity to communicate. And scientists often see themselves as being non-creative. And artists often see themselves as being non-scientific. And that's absolutely not the case. The reason why it's important to donate to this project is because technical skill plus creativity equals innovation. And we're not going to get things that innovate our world if we don't have more people coming to the table sharing their disciplines to create. And this is yet one of the examples where this is possible.
I have felt an overwhelming amount of support this past year, and if you've enjoyed my work in the past, this is your chance to get on board with a very exciting project. It's an ambitious film, but it's going to be beautiful, and I'm confident we can pull it off with your help.